What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most requested reviews analysis, so stick around. You don't want to miss this. But before we get into that, if you're considering a purchase, don't miss out on this incredible discount available right now. Check the description below and the pinned first comment. Now, let's not delay any further and jump right into the details.
Now, let's hear directly from our first reviewer about their experience.
This reviewer decided to purchase this monitor after a great deal of consideration, wanting to wait several months before sharing their thoughts to fully grasp the nuances of such a unique and large display. The first thing they noted was its immense size and weight. Getting the box inside was a two-person job. However, the unboxing process itself was straightforward, with clear instructions to guide a safe setup. Seeing the screen in person was a whole different beast compared to online videos. Powering it on for the first time was an incredible, smile-inducing experience, with the sheer scale feeling beautifully over the top. The out-of-the-box color was crisp and balanced, though our reviewer did make minor adjustments to brightness and calibration for their color-sensitive design work in a brightly lit room. After extended use, the display has proven to be completely reliable, performing as flawlessly as it did on day one. While acknowledging it's a luxury and not an economically practical choice compared to a multi-monitor setup, this client found immense value in its premium features. The integrated KVM switch is a standout, allowing a seamless transition between a work laptop and a personal PC, which helps maintain a clean, minimal desk with very few cables. The included software for organizing the vast screen real estate also works exceptionally well, and the immersive experience for gaming and media consumption is truly next level. Initially, our reviewer had doubts, wondering if the screen was almost too large for productivity and considered going back to a smaller setup. They even experimented with their old displays for a couple of weeks, but the feeling was short-lived. They quickly missed the expansive view and unique features. After finding a workflow that minimized distractions, they concluded that while it's a significant investment, it's a joy to use. For anyone in a position to get one, it's an experience that's hard to give up once you're used to it.
Alright, let's find out what our next reviewer has to share.
This reviewer has been using this monitor for a while now and generally loves it. It gets a solid 4-star rating overall, but if your primary focus is serious business and productivity, it's easily a 5-star device. The resolution is fantastic, offering a massive amount of screen real estate. One of the best things about this monitor is the built-in KVM functionality. You can connect up to 3 computers and share the same display, keyboard, and mouse without constantly swapping cables. It utilizes a combination of USB-B, USB-C, HDMI, and DisplayPort connections. The monitor lets you map display inputs to USB upstream, so the USB hub will switch accordingly. This all works pretty smoothly, though the on-screen display OSD could use some improvement. It's a little slow to respond, and the button layout is somewhat unintuitive, requiring a lot of presses to switch inputs. A faster, joystick-style OSD would be a huge improvement. The monitor also has a picture-by-picture mode that essentially splits the screen into 2 virtual 27-inch monitors. However, our reviewer wasn't a big fan of this feature and prefers simply switching between inputs to utilize the full resolution. When it comes to gaming, this monitor isn't really designed for that purpose. It requires a pretty powerful graphics card to run at its maximum 60 Hz refresh rate, which isn't ideal for modern games. The absence of graphics processing unit sync technology can also lead to noticeable screen tearing. That being said, it's perfectly adequate for more casual gaming like open-world titles and offers an immersive experience. Some games might struggle with the ultrawide aspect ratio, though requiring some tweaking of the field of view settings. Initially, our reviewer used the included stand but found it took up too much desk space. While it offered some height adjustment, it wasn't quite enough. The monitor is VESA mount compatible, although the recess.
Alright, let's find out what our next reviewer has to share.
This reviewer needed more screen space for work, so they ventured into the world of ultrawide curved monitors. Previously, our reviewer was juggling a 34-inch curved monitor alongside a 24-inch widescreen, plus a laptop screen. Before that, it was a 24-inch with 2 20-inch side monitors, a setup described as a little unwieldy. The goal was to find a single, expansive display that allowed for focused work directly in front of them, avoiding the distractions of multiple screens. The main selling point for this monitor was its 1440 resolution. Our reviewer had experimented with another 49-inch curved monitor with a lower resolution and found the image quality lacking, even though the lower resolution wasn't really the first monitor's fault. However, with this display, the image is crisp and clear. A small but appreciated detail is that the power cord plugs directly into the monitor, eliminating the need for a bulky power brick. This client isn't sure if this is inherently better, but personally, they prefer it. The only real downside our reviewer has found is that the monitor could benefit from a slightly more aggressive curve. Things at the very edges of the screen can be a little difficult to see, although this might be due to their sitting posture and distance from the screen. They plan to experiment with their setup. A previous monitor seemed to have a more pronounced curve. One tip they offer is to plug in all the necessary cables, while the display is still lying flat on its styrofoam packaging before attaching it to the stand, since the monitor is heavy, and turning it over to plug-in cables later can be a bit awkward and potentially risk scratching the screen. The reviewer concludes by saying that they would ideally prefer a similar monitor in a slightly smaller 43-45-inch size at the same 1440 resolution.
That's it for today's review. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let's chat. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.